Hey, good afternoon. You all are watching this short video because you received an email with a couple different links within. One of those links was to this video, and the other link is actually to the live survey form, which you're seeing on your screen right now. And so the purpose of this tutorial is to walk you through the simple survey that the link and explain how you can use this link to request evaluation assessments through student services. So this will be the tool that you will use to engage anyone from student services to help you with evaluations, either for the initial evaluation for a student suspected of having a disability or for a reevaluation to determine eligibility. So let's get into the heart of this. So this short paragraph right here is information from the Office of Special Education. I'd encourage you to read it. I believe you probably only need to read it once or twice, then you should have that content down. And it's helpful information on the evaluation process with evaluation to eligibility. So when we get into the actual fields of this survey, the first one that comes up is the date from when the date that parent signed provided written consent to conduct the evaluation. So here what you would do is simply, and I'm going to backdate it just a few days here, back to July 9th. So now write the student's name as it appears on the IP. So I'm just going to put in Ben for demonstration purposes. Here, I'm just going to make up a number. So here, obviously, you would put the student ID number here. And moving on down, I'm going to make up a name. Let's see, throw in the name Steve. Now, please identify your student services coordinator from the list. So I'll use Brian. And now is this an elementary, middle, or high, charter, or other? So I'll do an elementary. Continue. So now it defaults to the list of all the elementary schools in the school district. So I'm going to pick one. Now, is this an initial eval or a reevaluation? I'm going to choose reeval. Obviously, if it's initial, choose initial. Now, did the team review existing evaluation data on the child? So this review existing information is not an option. A team has to do this. That evaluation planning team has to do this step. So if we say no, why? What is the rationale for not reviewing existing information? So did not have time. This, by the way, is would be a compliance issue, this response. But what it's going to do if you say no to that question back there, request is inform you to call your PA. The evaluation team may need to reconvene. Basically, you're going to have to reconvene and review existing information because no is not an option. So let's say yes. Okay, so now please gather the findings from that review and insert in the text box. So here we're not asking you to retype it all up again. I mean, if you can pull that from, from your evaluation planning, the records maybe perhaps it's in the evaluation slash reevaluation plan form, or perhaps it's from your PLEP. There should be some information that your team has right there for you just to cut and paste right into this text box or simply type it in, your choice. Now, please check the boxes identifying the additional data that are, necessary. So here is which assessments are you actually requesting? So right here, this option below mirrors Encore. So these are the exact same options that you have in Encore. So we're just going to put a couple. Oh, okay. So I'm going to put in here. Okay. I'm just going to put test just to get through this cell. And a couple check box here, continue. All right, additional data is not necessary. So here, were you aware that the team can move forward with eligibility without completing an evaluation if the team believes they have enough data to determine if the student qualifies for special education services? So this is just a reminder that when you are doing that thorough review of existing information, that if you have enough information already, you do not have to do an evaluation. You can move forward with eligibility. Okay, so ask your program assistant if you have any questions with that. But upon submission of this referral to Student Services, you must fax or email a PDF copy of the signed parental consent for the eval. So get that to us. That's a separate process. You need to either email us a copy or fax it, and do it as soon as you can. And actually, I think we put 3 days on this, but if you can do it the day of, that would be most helpful. So that these two together, filling out the survey, receiving the signed consent, is what's going to kick it off to get your evaluation going as quickly as possible so that we can meet that 60-day timeline. All right, now we would just hit submit. I'm not going to actually hit it because I don't want the data going into the spreadsheet, but you would hit submit here to submit your form. And this is what's going to come up. And so this is what we'll receive at Student Services. So in the earlier version, I did a little practice around here. And notice the date field. Remember this one, this question? So 7/9/2014 as of 8, and if with I submitted that on August 19th. So that's 42 days difference. So note that's a long time. And so we just wasted 42 days of the 60-day school timeline that's required of us. So that's how we're going to use this timestamp is actually monitor what is the difference between those two. And those folks that need help, when we see a number like this, it's an indicator that perhaps we need some technical assistance out in the schools. All right, well, I hope that this video helps, and wish you a good start to the school year.